and Elise big up their own team, Pandemic Legion.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Alliance Tournament 15 action. I am Elise Randolph, joined by Apophany for a fantastic match with a lot of the line here. Pandemic Legion in red, bringing in Astarte, Oneros, Quad BC Core, with a Hyena, Purifier, and double Daredevils. Apophany, why don't you break down what the Clown Car their opponents have brought?
I'm a little worried for our boys. Clown Car have a flagship Balgorn supported by Neros, 2 Ishtars, 2 Vexor Navy issues, 2 Vexes, 2 Magus, bringing all those lovely Vexor holes with the potential for utility mids. If those are TDs, that is really going to play havoc with the Pandemic Legion DPS.
Yeah, and I mean, as we can see here, they've come in at a bit of an acute angle, which I guess is sort of good for PL here because they'll have a very close path to getting onto the Clown Car team. But the Clown Car have brought their Balgorn in at 0. The flag Balgorn at 0 can literally web anyone on the field straight off. So watch out for the Balgorn to go for the Oneros.
Yeah, like as you just said, you got to assume that Balgorn is just going to completely mitigate the Oneros of the PL team, putting PL in a very rough position. The initiative is definitely on PL to make something happen in this match, or that Balgorn is going to absolutely wreck them with all that drone damage coming after them. We've got the match coming up very shortly here. I'm very excited, but also very nervous to see how it comes, as we are only seconds from the beginning of the match.
Yeah, we'll really watch out for here the Hyena piloted by Mr. Rive and the 2 Daredevils on the Pandemic Legion side. These guys are going to be all the control, and they need to quickly lock down something and get a lot of damage. I think PL are probably going to want to go for the Logi trade right off, knowing how the Balgorn can rock their Logi. And the match is starting right now. The links are active for both teams, and it's on.
Here we go. See those defense explode as the links go on. Oh, those ships burning straight down. It looks like we have one of the Daredevils going straight onto that Balgorn to keep it webbed, keep it away from the air, trying to help it escape, but we see something on the PL Daredevil, and the PL Brutix Navy seems to be the first primary. Can it tank with the Neros under fire? It does not have any newts on it yet, it's just webbed. Whoa, the Clown Car Neros taking a ton of damage. It looked like PL are going for that headshot.
Yep, Clown Car Neros is tackled with a Vindicator, a Devil Web on it. Importantly, Lucas Quan and the Oneros on PL side evaded the flag Balgorn. He is completely unwebbed, unnuded, and nothing is happening to him. He's got free reign. The Balgorn put all their control on the PL Navy Brutix cores, and they lost their Oneros. The Clown Car lost an Oneros straight off. PL have lost nothing yet.
Yeah, it looks like Clown Car may have panicked a little bit. He put the newts on a Navy Harp and on the Daredevil coming at him. PL Navy Brutix here in a lot of trouble as it happens. He's down, just barely holding at the bottom of Armor Tank. No, going into Structure as well. They have so much drone damage on this team. This Navy Brutix is in a lot of trouble. PL needs to clear some damage off. Going after that Vexor Navy, getting into Structure. If it dies soon, the Navy Brutix may survive. So close, but no, the Navy Brutix goes down first.
Alright, PL still, they lost Navy Brutix, which is a big part of their DPS score, but they've got to feel pretty good about this. Vexor Navy issue down, Oneros down. PL, as long as they can control the battlefield with their superior control, they should be able to clear off a lot of this damage very fast. We see a Magus going down for the Clown Car by PL side. Looks like the Daredevils just ripped him apart, and they're going for the second Daredevil right now.
Yeah, Mr. Rive there screwing up a little bit, getting caught, in fact, by the Magus, being scrambled by him, so PL had to immediately nuke it off field to free him. That Hyena is so important, their ability to apply damage. The second Navy Brutix for PL taking so much damage. PL have not cleared enough damage yet to be able to hold reps, it seems, despite killing 2 Magus and a Vexor Navy. They're now going to town on this second Vexor Navy. It may be enough for them to hold reps, but PL are about to lose another ship.
Yeah, but as long as PL can kill this Vexor Navy issue and trade it with their Navy Brutix, which it looks like it's about to happen. This Vexor Navy issue, piloted by Julia Hahn on the Clown Car team, is Daredevil webbed and target painted, and he's going to go down pretty quickly here without a logistics. There are no tracking disruptors on the Clown Car side, as we had feared would be there. So these Harbingers from the PL side are able to apply all damage all the time. And we can see next Gaius' Navy Brutix is holding as Julia Hillian has died in the Clown Car Vexor Navy issue.
Yeah, I mean, each damage ship the Clown Car used, the further they cannot break through the PL reps. They don't have reps anymore, so their ship's going to go down no matter what. They have no sustain left on the field, whereas PL, as more ships die from Clown Car, they can slowly begin to hold reps. That Navy Brutix now being topped off. Looks like we have so the Balgorn going onto the Navy Harbinger of Destroyer there to try and mitigate some incoming damage, but they still haven't managed to stop that Aneris. And I think it may just be too late for the Clown Car, so we're very likely to see Pandemic Legion go through to the next round of the winners bracket.
It's very interesting to see. I'd love to see the fit of this Balgorn. It must not have had Officer Webs or anything to get Webs on the PL Oneros piloted by Lucas Kwan, who very smartly moved out of the way. Also, interestingly enough, PL devoted an entire Daredevil set of webs to the Balgorn to pin it for the first 3 minutes of the match, so it couldn't move around and apply its superior control. This Balgorn, the flagship Balgorn for Clown Car, was completely ineffective in this entire match.
Yeah, clearly, as all the good teams of PL must have practiced a lot against flag battles, knowing exactly what its strengths and limits are and how to mitigate its effectiveness on your logistics will allow him to escape and really mitigate what the Balgorn can do. We've got the final damage ship for the Clown Car going down, the Ishtar, soon to be followed by the flag Bal, most likely. PL maybe picking up some nice ISK for that kill if some loot drops. Maybe they may be able to grab themselves a Toby Web for their own flagship.
Who knows? PL do have a flag Balgorn, but I believe it might be all fitted out. Damage
You
is
would hope
applying
so by this
slowly. Yeah, damage is applying slowly on the rest of the Clown Car team. It looks like PL are just kind of looting the field a little bit, maybe composing themselves after a nice win. Feeling good going into the weekend.
They've got the Bal and Ishtar Webs and they're just chilling, looting the field. It's all good. It's all gone to plan. At no point were either of us worried or stressed out at all, were we, Elise?
Not at all. Importantly enough, next weekend, PL will be facing the winner of the match following this one between Mercenary Coalition and the Initiative. That is going to be a fantastic match that we'll be bringing to you in a couple of minutes here. As the Clown Car's last Ishtar, one of their last DPS ships, falls. Oddly enough, this Balgorn seems to have guns on it, more than just newts. Because that attack bar for the Clown Car team is pretty big for just having one Balgorn there.
Yeah, it might be guns, and it might have a flight of damage drones. Balgorn obviously has a nice big bay for those heavy drones, as it is based on the Armageddon, which is itself a drone ship these days, though of course Balgorn doesn't have a bonus to drones. It just retains a bit of drone bay off of Mageddon. We do see the Balgorn now finally dropping through armor down into structure, and as it falls, we will soon be returning back to the studio to hear the brilliant and insightful analysis from our caster desk. Sorry, our analysis desk, I should say.
Yep, as Onira goes down in the Balgorn, he is confirming in local that he just has faction webs, nothing officer in there, and he pops. That was a great match. PL cleaning up 100 to 16. Really tenuous in the first couple minutes there, but they kind of evened it out and just cleared up. That's it for me and Apothy. We'll send it back to the boys in the booth.
Yeah, would you say that has been a top tier target calling?
I would definitely say it's a unique tier target calling.
Should be fine.
Nope.
I love EVE Online!
Welcome back, guys. I can hear and feel the smugness of Elise Randolph all the way from America here in the studio in Nottingham. Pandemic Legion winning that one quite handily there. And I'm still waiting to get confirmation whether or not that was a flag Balgorn of the Clown Car, but we might get that confirmation a little bit later. So, Suetonia, what did the Clown Car do wrong there? I mean, why did they lose to PL?
Well, what they really needed to do was execute the Aneros with the bow gun and the double Ishtar, double VNI. What they should have done is webbed it from the start with the bow gun if it had Toby webs, and then kept it webbed, and all the drones go over and kill the Oneros, but that didn't happen. We did see it primaried first initially, it escaped, it got out of web range, and then they just traded poorly because they killed a BNI, but then by then they lost their own logistics, and then they just started trading really inefficiently and lost.
Yeah, Pandemic Legion, they're showing why they've won the Alliance Tournament, I believe 5 times, the most winningest team in the history of the Alliance Tournament. Now, we mentioned the flag ball with the Toby webs. We don't know if this has been fit this way or not, but can you tell, why is the Toby web specifically so important for a flag Balgorn?
There are different tiers of officer webs, and within those tiers you get more range. And Toby web is the highest tier web, as Chester would probably call it. And that gives you a 67-kilometer web on a linked Balgon. And if you warp the Balgon at 0, the Aneros is webbed initially. Even with like a heated MWD away, the 60-kilometer web is really important because it holds it down enough so it can't coast out of that range. But Clown Card, maybe they had a cheaper Balgon because the Aneros was able to coast out of webs and get away.
Yeah, fantastic. Now, we are going to talk a little bit about a match that went on in the other arena during the Pandemic Legion match there. It was Good at This Game versus a team whose name escapes me just now, but we have a screenshot specifically from that arena, which we're just going to throw up momentarily here in the studio for your viewing pleasure. Any moment now, I'm told. Here we go. So, Brett Thomas, walk me through the comp that Good at This Game have brought here.
Well, I think it's an absolutely no. They brought dual rattlesnakes in an Ibis. It looks like half their pilots couldn't be bothered getting out of bed this morning, and they just went, let's sit in 2 of the biggest ships at an Ibis. I thought maybe they thought they could Sino into the arena, and that was meant to be a Sino Ibis, but yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, so sometimes teams do bring minorly underpointed comps, bringing perhaps 99 points instead of 100. So Tonya, what's your feeling about bringing 53 points less than the 100 points you can bring? Is this a good tactic, or is this maybe something you should avoid?
I think Good at This Game might not in fact be that good at this game.
Fantastic analysis there, so Tonya, you really do know your stuff when it comes to this kind of thing. Now, we have a couple more graphs. I know you guys down on the stream love our graph porn here, so we have a few more to throw up for you. The first one is about our lovely host, Apothne. So if we can get that one up on the screen now, this one is going to be showing Apothne's stress. Now, I understand this one as well. This happens to me, and what happens is we have a baseline stress. We're cool, we're calm, we're collected, we're Apothne, we are professional. We get told that a graph is available. Apothne then asks for the graph on stream, and immediately we get told the graph is not there. This is a problem. This causes stress. Apothne's heart rate rises. My heart rate rises in sympathy. Then we get told a different graph is available. So we start to riff. We start to be thinking, you know, I'll talk about this new graph, and then suddenly the original graph appears with no warning. And then we're back down again to the baseline stress. That is something that happens with surprising frequency here. You'd think we were good at this, but apparently we are not. Now, let's move on to our next graph. This one is going to be picks so far in Alliance Tournament 15. So put that one up on the screen. Stress rising, here we go. So we have the Vexor being picked by far the most. Over 35 picks of the Vexor in this tournament so far, followed up by Brutix Navy, Daredevil, Oneros. So Tony, I think we've talked a couple of times on the stream about why the Vexor is so highly picked. But why is maybe the Brutix Navy so highly picked in this Alliance Tournament?
Brutix Navy is a key ship in the quad-core BCs and the Exodus shotgun setup. It's one of the most efficient ships, I think, in terms of points. You get a link, you get a lot of damage. The Brutix Navy out-damages the Harbinger Navy issue, has that tracking bonus, has a really big drone bay too, which is important. It can carry 5 medium rep bots as well as a set of lights as well. So it's just a really efficient ship. It brings a lot of utility, it brings a lot of DPS. It's kind of just like a light command ship, and it's really great in that role.
Yeah, exactly. The Navy battlecruiser is definitely a very strong pick. I'm sure we'll see a lot more of them during this tournament. So we'll go to our next wonderful graph provided by Alexei upstairs in our stat room, which is the bans so far in the tournament. So this is going to show us what ships teams are choosing to ban throughout the day. Aneros, perhaps not surprisingly, the #1 ban choice, followed up by Scimitar, then Guardian. Blackbird, Brett, why is the Blackbird banned so often?
It's because of the prevalence of these drone lineups with a hell of a lot of Galente ships on them, with the Ishtars, the Vexor Navies, the Vexors, maybe the MEMs in there. Focus jams, Galante jams on, say, like a Blackbird, utterly shut down that comp from being able to swap targets. Now, of course, drone ships don't really need to be able to lock as much, but it has the ability to stop them from swapping between each ships and being able to outplay the Logi. If all your ships are banned and you're shooting one ship that you can't, if all your ships are jammed and you're shooting one ship that you can't break, you're stuck until the jams goes away.
Great. Now, a Blackbird, of course, being a Caldari ship, is generally traditionally shield tanked, but in a lot of tournament setups, we generally see them in armor compositions. So, Tony, why is that? I mean, why are you going to take a shield cruiser and armor tank it?
Oh, the reason why you armor tank the Blackbird is to get as much jams as possible. If you even if you shield tank it, to get a reasonable tank, you'd need maybe 2 large shield extenders, and then even then you don't have great resist for remote repair, and then you've got 3 jammers after a prop mod, so it's like half of what you're bringing, or almost half of what you're bringing from just one armor Blackbird. And with the armor Blackbird, you can have damage control, 1600 plate, energized adaptive, something like that gives you much about the same buffers with way better resistance profile.
Yeah, now let's go on and talk a bit about the matches that are coming up later on today. So the next match directly will be Mercenary Coalition versus the Initiative, and after that it'll be Ghost Legion versus Pen is Out. But let's just roll it back to Mercenary Coalition versus Initiative. Brett, Mercenary Coalition versus Initiative. Let's. What do you think about this matchup?
I think I'm looking forward to this. Mercenary Coalition have been in quite a few ATs. They've done good sometimes, come top 16. They haven't done so well some of the times, but they're looking to make a name for themselves. They're looking to do really well and start winning some stuff. And I'm looking forward to them actually playing, because the Initiative are relatively newish compared to Mercenary Coalition, so it looks like it's somebody new, there's somebody a little bit more experienced.
Yeah, so the Initiative, I believe they're part of the former CFC block, now the Imperium. So Tonya, you were once a member of Karma Fleet. Did you ever fly with any of the Initiative members at all?
No, I've never flown with the Initiative. The Initiative have always done pretty well in the tournament when they've been in it. They'd normally get to top 32 at least. They've done a few deep runs, at least earlier in the tournaments, I think like 80-11, 80-10, 80-9. I'm not sure if the same pilots are still around, but they have done deep runs, but it's quite far in the past.
Yeah, so both teams, tournament experience is definitely there. Skill is perhaps definitely there as well. Mercenary Coalition being led by Cellini of Mercenary Coalition. He likes to talk in his presentations, so he does. Now after that we're going on to Ghost Legion versus Pen is Out. So let's just talk about that one for a little bit as well, because we do have some more time before the Mercenary Coalition Initiative match. So Tonya, Ghost Legion, break it down for me.
They're one of the favourites to be in the top 8, I think, for the AT. Ghost Legion have a lot of ex-Northern Coalition pilots, some of which are experienced tournament pilots, like Fafa, for example, also a ex-CSM member. So we expect them to do quite well. We expect them to be top 8.
Yeah, fantastic. And Brett, what do you know about Pen is Out? Can you talk about that a little bit?
I believe Pen is Out come through the feeders, did they? I'm not entirely sure.
I think they did, I'm sure they did.
We saw them in the feeders and they did quite well. I'm not sure if we've seen them in other Alliance tournaments before this, but they did a lot of good work and I'm looking forward to them playing a bit more.
Yep, so we do actually have the bans in now for the Mercenary Coalition Initiative match. So Mercenary Coalition choosing to ban Hyena and Ishtar, while the Initiative choosing to ban Guardian and Oneros. So Tony, what do you make of those bans?
Hyena ban's quite interesting because you ban Hyena if you don't want to see a Kingslayer style comp. You don't want that Hyena to web your logistics and kill it really fast. So it's kind of interesting, or maybe it's kind of like an anti-kiting ban. I expect, since we have both armor Logis banned, we're probably going to see shield kiting teams. That's probably where the Hyena ban's gone, trying to hurt that Kingslayer dual Typhoon comp as well.
Yeah, one of the other really useful things with a Hyena is if you pair that with, for example, a flag Geddon, then you can get, or even a regular Geddon with the newt range bonus, you can get essentially your poor man's Balgorn for, I believe, not much more points, but a lot less ISK value, especially when you're talking some of these very expensive flag Bals. So if we start to talk about which team we're going to root for in this particular match, Brett Thomas, Mercenary Coalition or the Initiative?
I'm definitely going to go with Mercenary Coalition, not because I've been killed by the Initiative quite a few times. No, that's not the reason why.
And Tonya?
I think I'll go with the Initiative. They've been successful in the past, so.
Definitely. So I think I will also back you up there and go for the Initiative. I've flown with them a couple of times. We briefly were with Suddenly Spaceships, who joined them. So I know the quality is very good in that alliance. So I'm going to back the Initiative. And it's time to go to the arena and find out exactly who will win. So passing this one to the boys in the booth.